Welcome to the Wilds, a new chapter in the Monster Hunter franchise. The hunt begins, but this time it feels different. Monster Hunter Wilds isn't just another chapter in the saga, it's a whole new world, one where the boundaries between hunter and hunted blur. Imagine stepping into a vast, untamed land where the creatures are more dangerous, the stakes higher, and the silence between each battle is filled with an unsettling tension. For years, we've chased monsters through sprawling zones, but now the world is open, endless, and waiting to swallow you whole. As you traverse this alien landscape, you can almost feel the weight of your every step, the ground beneath you shifting with a sense of foreboding. You're not just hunting monsters anymore, you're questioning everything around you. What's driving these beasts? What secrets does this new land hold? This is the Monster Hunter experience redefined. Gone are the familiar paths, replaced by a world that feels both liberating and isolating. You'll fight not only for survival, but for understanding, as the creatures you hunt grow stranger and more unpredictable. It's a game of survival, but also a battle within yourself, as you confront both the monsters outside and the ones that lurk deep inside. So, are you ready to step into the wilds? The adventure awaits, if you can survive it. Story and world building, more than just hunts. In Monster Hunter Wilds, the world is no longer just a backdrop for your hunts. It's a living, breathing entity with its own secrets, mysteries, and dangers. You start as part of an expedition, team, venturing into an uncharted region in search of a missing child. But what begins as a simple rescue mission soon turns into something far darker. As you and your team explore the vast, untamed wilderness, you begin to uncover strange occurrences that suggest this land isn't quite as empty as it seems. The monsters, once predictable foes, are now behaving in ways that defy all logic, and something far more sinister lurks in the shadows, threatening everything you know. What makes the story of Wilds so compelling is its ability to mix adventure with deep personal stakes. The stakes aren't just about surviving the hunt. They're about discovering the truth behind the bizarre happenings that are shaking the world to its core. The missing child is just the beginning. The deeper you go, the more unsettling the truth becomes. What do these creatures want? And who or what is controlling them? The game does an excellent job of easing newcomers into the Monster Hunter universe. While veterans will appreciate the intricate lore and subtle callbacks to past games, newcomers won't feel lost. The plot introduces the complexities of the Monster Hunter world through the eyes of the explorers, allowing you to piece together the bigger picture alongside them. And let's not forget the quirky, memorable characters who make the journey even more engaging. Each member of your team brings something unique to the table, offering not only useful skills but also their own stories and personalities that make the journey feel like an ongoing adventure with friends. But here's where it gets interesting. While the main plotline is engaging, there's always something lurking beneath the surface, ready to pull you deeper. The more you uncover, the more personal the stakes become. What started as a hunt turns into a desperate race to understand. A world on the brink of something far more dangerous. Gameplay. The thrill of the hunt and the addictive loop. At the heart of Monster Hunter Wilds lies the excitement and thrill of the hunt, an adrenaline-pumping experience that's been refined to perfection over the years. Whether you're tracking a massive beast through dense forests or taking on a colossal monster in an open clearing, each encounter brings a sense of exhilaration. The game delivers a powerful loop: hunt, loot, craft, and repeat. But this time, there's an added layer of excitement that makes it even more rewarding. Battling these monsters, each with its own unique tactics and strategies, gives you an overwhelming sense of accomplishment, especially when you finally take them down and collect their loot to create stronger weapons and armor. However, what sets Monster Hunter Wilds apart is the dramatic shift to an open-world environment. Gone are the days of loading screens between zones or the rigid structure of predefined hunting areas. Now, you can roam freely across a massive, seamless world, filled with untapped resources, unpredictable terrain, and dangerous wildlife. The vastness of this open world means you can explore every corner, choose your path, and make each hunt your own. The new dynamic world encourages exploration. and the thrill of the hunt is amplified by the freedom to roam wherever you choose. But with this new level of freedom comes a double-edged sword. While the open world design is exhilarating, it can also make the game feel a bit overwhelming at times. Without clear boundaries, it's easy to get distracted or lose focus on your objective. The pacing of the hunts changes as well. What used to be a carefully planned mission now feels more like an endless adventure. There are no more traditional zones to guide you, and while this may seem liberating, it could also lead to moments where you feel lost in the vast wilderness, unsure of where to go next. Yet, for those willing to embrace the challenge, this open world brings a fresh excitement and a renewed sense of discovery that is hard to ignore. The new system doesn't just shake up the way you explore, it changes the way you approach combat, loot, and even your strategy. There's no rushing through loading screens or jumping between areas. Now every moment feels significant. New features, Seikret and the power of mounts. One of the most exciting additions to Monster Hunter Wilds is the Seikret, a raptor-like mount that completely changes the way you approach both combat and exploration. For the first time in the series, you're not just running across the map on foot. Now you have the ability to zip across vast landscapes with ease. The Seikret isn't just a mode of transportation, it's an active part of the action. As you hunt monsters, this mount can join the fray, helping you close the gap between you and your quarry in record time. But it's not just about speed. The Seikret adds a new layer of dynamism to every hunt. The true power of the Seikret comes from its versatility. Not only does it allow you to travel across the world faster, but it also keeps you in the thick of the action during combat. Imagine riding into battle, jumping off your mount, and slamming down onto a monster for a powerful attack. You can also control the Seikret while you focus on other things, like healing, switching weapons, or using items from your inventory, all while still being able to deal damage. For those who might not be experts in Monster Hunter, the Seikret is a game changer. It makes combat flow more smoothly, turning what could have been a tedious and slow-paced fight into something faster and more engaging. The Seikret also adds a whole new level of exploration to the game. With its ability to glide across tricky terrain, leap over obstacles, and even help you in vertical sections of the map, the mount opens up areas that would have been inaccessible before. Whether you're racing across open fields, navigating rocky cliffs, or jumping into a battle mid-flight, the Seikret transforms every aspect of how you engage with the world. This addition brings both excitement and flexibility to Monster Hunter Wilds, making it easier for both casual players and veterans alike to dive into the heart of the action, and most importantly, stay there. Combat and strategy. Monster hunts at a new pace. With the introduction of the Seikret mount and the addition of focus mode, Monster Hunter Wilds has redefined combat, making it faster, more dynamic, and far more exciting. Gone are the days of waiting for the perfect moment to strike or slogging through long, drawn-out hunts. Now every encounter feels swift and intense, with no downtime between chases and battles. The Seikret mount doesn't just help you keep up with the monster, it keeps you in the action, allowing you to stay connected to the hunt at all times. You can quickly chase a wounded beast, jump into the fray, and resume the battle without missing a beat. Focus mode takes things even further, giving you the ability to target specific weak points on a monster with precision. This new mechanic makes each strike more meaningful, allowing you to strategize and plan your attacks in real time. Whether you're aiming for a monster's legs to slow it down or targeting a vulnerable area for a critical hit, focus mode lets you tailor your approach and fight smarter, not just harder. It's a game changer for players who enjoy mastering the nuances of combat. But it's not just about speed, it's about strategy too. The Seikret opens up new tactical opportunities, enabling you to control the pace of battle like never before. You can use it to escape tricky situations, reposition yourself, or even bring in items and equipment mid-fight. Additionally, the environment plays a larger role in combat than ever. From climbing walls to using nearby rocks to drop onto monsters from above, the world around you becomes a vital part of your strategy. These new mechanics add a level of depth and variety to every hunt, forcing you to adapt your approach based on the terrain, the monster, and your available tools. The new pace of combat introduces an exhilarating mix of speed and intensity, but it also strikes a balance with the complexity of the monster fights. Each hunt is still a test of skill and strategy, just faster and more fluid than before. The thrill of hunting is now a continuous ride, full of action, tactical decisions, and exciting moments that make every second count. Difficulty and challenge, a mixed bag. The difficulty in Monster Hunter Wilds feels notably different from previous entries in the series. On one hand, the game has streamlined its progression system, making it easier to move through the early stages and tackle hunts with more fluidity. Battles, which once felt like long, slow grinds, now feel quicker and more accessible. Monsters are defeated faster, and the progression loop, hunt, loot, craft, repeat, moves with a much swifter pace. For newcomers to the series or casual players, this change is a welcome one, allowing them to jump in, enjoy the gameplay, and feel rewarded without getting bogged down in the usual complex systems. However, this shift may leave some of the hardcore fans wanting more. The challenge that Monster Hunter was once known for, the sense of struggle and mastery, seems to have been dialed back. Longtime players who relish the grind, the tough battles, and the sense of accomplishment after hours of effort might feel that Wilds lacks the same level of depth and difficulty. With the faster progression, there's less time spent carefully planning, learning, and adapting to each monster's unique behavior. For those who thrive on overcoming tough odds, this change could feel a bit too easy, especially early on. That said, there's still hope that the difficulty might pick up as you progress. The real question lies in the endgame. Will Monster Hunter Wilds continue to cater to a more casual audience, or will it ramp up the challenge as we get deeper into the game? Will the monsters become tougher, the hunts more grueling, and the stakes higher? As I continue to play, I'm left wondering if the game's later stages will deliver the challenge that fans of the series have come to expect. Only time will tell, but it's an intriguing question that leaves me wanting to dive deeper into Wilds and see what lies ahead. The endgame. What lies ahead? For players who make it past the main campaign, the endgame of Monster Hunter Wilds holds the potential to reveal just how deep the game truly goes. Will the difficulty increase and bring back that signature Monster Hunter challenge we know and love? Or will the streamlined, faster pace continue into the post-game, leaving veterans longing for the tougher, more intricate hunts? With so much mystery surrounding the later stages of the game, it's hard to say exactly what to expect. For longtime fans of the series, the endgame is where the real test begins, where the toughest monsters and most complex challenges await. The question remains, will Wilds provide the grueling hunts that kept us hooked in past titles, or will it keep the experience more accessible, prioritizing speed and efficiency over hard-earned victories? As we dive further into this new chapter, the excitement and curiosity about what lies ahead make the journey all the more intriguing. Only time will tell, but I'm definitely eager to see how the endgame unfolds. Final thoughts. Is Monster Hunter Wilds worth your time? At the end of the day, Monster Hunter Wilds brings an exciting and refreshing twist to a beloved franchise. With new features like the Seikret mount, seamless open-world exploration, and faster-paced combat, it offers a thrilling experience for newcomers and those looking for a more accessible entry into the Monster Hunter universe. However, for hardcore fans who thrive on long, challenging hunts and the slow burn of progression, the game's streamlined difficulty might feel like a step back. Ultimately, Wilds strikes a balance between speed and strategy, but the question remains, will it maintain its appeal over time, especially for veterans of the series? The answer likely depends on what you're looking for, a quicker, more dynamic experience, or the old-school challenge that made Monster Hunter such a hit. What do you think? Are you ready to jump into this new, fast-paced world? Or do you long for the more deliberate, intense hunts of past games? Let me know in the comments below.